According to this article, research suggests that changing your job every 2 to 3 years can increase your salary by 10 to 20%. And according to my LinkedIn, I've been at my current job for over 3.5 years. So I guess we all know what that means now. Time for a new portfolio. But first, I thought it would be fun to go through my past 2 portfolios and hopefully not cringe too much. I know I'm going to cringe and I'm nervous about putting this on the internet. I'm going to go through my undergrad portfolio, my postgrad portfolio, and now I'm going to show you how to make my registered architect's professional portfolio. And just show you basically step by step how I'm going to do that. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm not going to show you the hours and hours and hours it takes to actually like make all these drawings, and because this video would literally be days long. If you do see any work that you actually like and you're curious about how exactly did you make that, Sean, I can make a separate video about that. Just put it in the comments and I'll do it. Before I dive in and I show you how I make my portfolio, I did promise that I was going to show you my undergraduate portfolio and my postgrad portfolios. The thing to bear in mind here, guys, is I was young and, you know, I can do a lot better now. So I'm looking at them and I don't think they're great. You don't have to rip me in the comments, yeah? Oh my God, I'm actually going to be so embarrassed of this. Let's go. Oh, jeepers. My God. That waterfall is Power Squirt waterfall. I don't know why I had to put that there. Okay, I was 20 making this. That is wild. Let me zoom in. Jeez. And why did I don't know. I saw on all of these pages that you should put a photo of you on your portfolio. And so that's what I did. I don't know if I'm going to do that this time, but yeah, that was me at 20, guys. I'm going to blur out my name and all that kind of stuff. My social media. Oh my God, my social media was like 2 social media handles ago. Model making 40%, that's a lie. That is a flat out lie. My model making skills were not at 40%. My model making skills throughout my entire university career were like a 10. By the end, I just 3D printed everything because I could not be bothered making models. Sketching 95. Yeah, sketching is one of my strong suits, I would say. CAD 80. Again, this is before I did work experience, so I didn't know anything about polylines. I didn't know anything about blocks, XREFs, nothing. And I thought I knew 80%. You know, whatever. Revit, I have 50%. I don't think I'd even taken a Revit course at that point. You just say what you gotta say to get in the door. Personal qualities and interests. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily relevant to include those things. My references were my sports scholarship mentor and my karate sensei. not like super beneficial references. Like I didn't use any of my work references. I still got a job. I still got hired. I don't know how. He's currently a sports scholarship student in DIT, just finishing his 3rd year of 5 in the architecture degree program. Sean's goal is both advance in his architectural career while also being one of the first ever karate Olympics athletes of the karate new sport being introduced in the 2020 Tokyo Games. I'm gonna cry. Unfortunately, that did not work out. I did become an architect though. I did do that. Go watch my Japan vlog. Next up is the portfolio. The first portfolio is some anatomy sketches from a Leonardo da Vinci book I liked. This is the cover of a Da Vinci book I actually like. And so I drew it. I thought it'd be nice on mine, but my scanner was not up to standard at the time. I was using college scanners and yeah, it's not great, guys. All right. That is an unfinished Revit render model. This was a CAD drawing detail that I photoshopped the hell out of. Ugh, those colors are not good. Color scheme. I got really good marks on this. It was a good design, not gonna lie. But the presentation, not so much. Oh, you can see what I mean by the models. Yeah, the models were not fantastic, but I mean, it's something. It is something. And if that doesn't give you hope that you can like make your portfolio and get a job, I don't know what else will, honestly. That portfolio that you just saw there was from 2017. And the next portfolio you're about to see is from 2021. Okay, so what I've done here is I actually made 2 portfolios this year. One was a university portfolio and one was a work portfolio from the work that I got somehow using that last portfolio. Okay, perhaps first we'll start with the CV because that's what we did last time. My education since 2014, I started architecture. These are some of the projects I did. Oh, it's working down. Okay, so year 1 is the bottom. Probably wouldn't do that because in English you read from top to bottom. I don't know why I did it the other way. Oh well. Achievements and extracurricular. School of Architecture Student Union Representative, that's true. 5th year class rep, I did that. Website committee, I was also on that. Sports scholarship student. All true. Technical skills. So now I've just labeled the skills. I haven't told you how good I am at them. Because things again like Illustrator, I'm not good at it. But you know, languages, fluency English, currently studying German. Ich kann sprechen Deutsch. So first off, let's go into the university portfolio. I'm hoping this is significantly better. So this was the portfolio cover. This was like a collage that I did for college. The brief, I guess, was meant to show like, what is it like to actually live in your building? And I did this, this is not obviously the layout of the building. I've collaged it on top of each other. Like this is an impossible layout, which is partially the point of the piece. But what's really cool about this piece is that if you get, I think it's Artisan app on your phone, or I used my iPad at the time, and you show it through the camera on your iPad, it moves. And all the people are in it and they're like walking around it and they're swimming and they're diving and whatever. I'll show it on the screen because that was genius. Everyone, all my lecturers thought I'd like completely missed the point of the assignment. Everyone else had people all over theirs and doing things and whatever. And then I pinned this up on the board and the critiques were like, Seán, you've done nothing. I mean, you haven't shown your real building. You've shown some weird abstraction of it and there's no people in it. So, you know, I was going to fail. And I was like, big brain. And I held it up. I showed it to them. They loved it. They absolutely went crazy for it. So that's why it's on the cover, because I was really proud of it. Okay, this is my contents page. I only showed 2 projects from college. End of year project, and this was my thesis. Ulbeg Peninsula, which is a location in Dublin. I don't know why I put an elephant here. I was just really proud of I took that photo and I wanted to show off my photography somewhere in my portfolio. And somehow that's what I came up with. It's not correct. Don't do that. Don't. Yeah, this was actually a really fun project, not gonna lie. I did a sports center. So I can't remember what the brief was, but you had to build something for a community and also have residential part of it. And I just designed what I wanted as a scholarship student, which was like this huge sports center where I could live and train and do everything, have everything for me, physio, diet, S&C. I wanted all of it in one place. I didn't want to have to keep traveling all across the city like I was doing at the time. I just wanted it in one place in Dublin that I could go to. So this is how I represented my thesis the last time, which hopefully will be a little bit better this time. One mistake I have seen was from a coworker of mine. She was an architectural graduate, but she put a ton of details that she had done, to be fair, in her last job. But it meant that our employers were looking at her for specifically that. And so they brought her in and they've had her doing details for the past year. But she's, like I said, an architectural graduate. She's not a technician. And she's finding it really difficult because she's super unmotivated for the work. It's not what she wants to be doing. And it's just... it's an important reminder to keep that the portfolio is meant to represent not only what you can do, but it's also what you enjoy, and it should express yourself that way. If you say that you make a load of models when you don't, and then you get into a firm and all they have you doing is making models, don't be surprised. You know, you need to show what you can actually do and what you enjoy doing. And you want to be hired off of that basis, not just any job for the sake of it. So that was the end piece for my college portfolio. And now I'm going to show you my work portfolio. This is the cover page for my work portfolio. I'm going to show you 3 different projects. The point of this was to show I can do kind of, you know, feasibility, conceptual design stage stuff. I can then take that in a different project and show that I can do planning, further information, deal with onboard Pinala, all that kind of things. And then finally, I was showing that I can do tender and that I can do construction drawings. So basically, I just took 3 different projects and tried to highlight different aspects of them to show that I can do different stages of a design. Oh, this was actually super useful. This was a full list of projects that I'd worked on from 2017 to 2021. The Alps. This was in Arklow somewhere. The client wanted something like Parisian houseman architecture. So that's what we did for him. It was a nice design. It never got built, as do many feasibilities. This actually did get built in the end. This was an apartment scheme. And you can see, I'm showing a completely different skill set in this drawing than I was showing in the feasibility beautiful drawings. This is very, you know, analytical, explanatory. It's not very pretty, but it shows that I have a certain skill set, and I guess that is one of the things that got me the job. Similarly to the elevations. And then finally onto the last one, this was a bar, nightclub, restaurant thing that I was working on, and I did the tender for this. So the drawings are a lot more technical. There's far more technical notes on these. I don't know if you can even read them. The layouts are far more technical, and for ceiling heights, turning circles, everything you could possibly imagine. Telling you what each material is going to be, reinforced concrete, which stores are ventilated, whatnot. That bar is actually opening soon, I think, so we should do a vlog or go down to it. There you go. Again, highlighting completely different skills than what each one was doing. Now that I am registered, there is that kind of pressure, and there is that expectation that I am able to do tender and construction drawings. So I think it's probably important for me to show that in the portfolio and show some finished photos of how the projects turned out in actuality. Now that I have some that are finally complete. The scope now of my portfolio should be vastly different. You know, I'll have things from sketches all the way up to actually being complete and inhabited. And that's really exciting. Honestly, that's exciting. Let's get into it then. First things first, let's jump right in. The place where everyone should start if they're trying to set up what does the portfolio even look like is you go to Pinterest. When you're flicking through your Pinterest, there are a couple of key things that you're going to be looking out for. You want, firstly, a cover page, 2, a table of contents, 3, project dividers, and then 4, you want to get a general sense of how other people are laying out their portfolios, what level of information to leave, what sort of drawings are people looking for. Do you want more details? Do you want more, you know, overall site strategy, design? Do you want to show your technical knowledge? It's really up to you what parts of your own personality and your own style you want to highlight. If you have the Adobe Stock subscription, you can download stuff just like this. It gives you the entire layout and you just insert your own images into it. Okay, here it is loaded into InDesign. The layout you can see here, they're just blank and they're ready for you to pop your drawings in. It's as simple as drag and drop. Just renumber the years, change the dates, change the client name, project name, and you're all set to go. This is probably the quickest, laziest way if you're in a rush, this is the way I would make my portfolio. I'm not in a rush, so I've been here 3.5 years. I can wait another couple months if I need to. I actually love my job, so I'm not in a rush. I don't want 8, 9, 10 projects in this. That's not the purpose of this. I think I'm going to limit it to 4. That's going to be really tough because I've literally done like hundreds of projects, but there's 4 I think should be in it. I think that's enough to highlight or showcase what I'm trying to show. One of which I think I'm going to make my thesis, my undergrad thesis. I was really proud of that, and the visuals for it were really nice. I just think it'll work well, especially as like an opener to show kind of that more artistic feel, because the other projects become more technical and bogged down in, you know, all the stuff you need to do to actually get it built, which they were. So that's it. As time isn't of the essence for my portfolio right now, I'm gonna do possibly, or most likely, a much longer way of doing this, but it's gonna give me the exact result that I'm looking for. I've spent a whole day downloading projects from the drive, and they're all kind of just sitting there ready. This is work that I've already done for my firm. It's all there, it's all ready. The layouts, I'm not going to change. That can all just stay exactly as it is, but the way it's visually presented, I might put my own spin on it and tell my own narrative about what the project was meant to be and how I felt it should have went. Okay, I'm going to speed run through this whole thing so that you don't have to actually watch me do it. But essentially what you do is you put the drawings that you liked into your portfolio and just have them all laid out in the order that you want. And this will give you an idea of what you're aspiring your portfolio to actually look like, and give you an idea of, oh, I need a context thing that's going to show the project here. I need a detail, or blah, 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 blah. A render would be really nice if it spans across 2 pages, etc. This is purely my approach to making a portfolio. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just go get the Adobe things, be generic, do whatever you want. And this is the final result. I did include my CV here on the second page rather than leave it in separate like I did in the previous ones. And one thing I would say is if you're struggling to fit all your best work in, is you can mix and match different projects and then present it as one. No one's ever going to notice that. No one can tell unless it's like really obviously different. But if you're saying, oh, we did all these like a housing scheme or a housing estate, and then you take beautiful houses that you've done from different projects, throw them in, just call it one project. That's fine, you know? Don't go into this trap where you're trying to show, oh, I've done like 8, 9, 10 different projects and they were all amazing, they were all super. Chances are they weren't, guys. If you're like me and residential is more or less all you get to do because that's what your firm does, that's okay. Yeah, you can have a portfolio full of residential, but just try not make it all the same residential. If it's like just a housing estate and a housing estate and a housing estate, no one wants to see that. Mix it up. I did an apartment block here. I did a hotel here. I did, you know, a one-off house. I did whatever. Try make it more interesting and make the project stand out. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to stand out against everyone else, and you're trying to make your project stand out between one another. If you have stuck around to see the final result of my portfolio, I really appreciate it. If you can be really kind to the comments and tell me what you think in a really nice and positive manner, I would appreciate that. If you're going to be negative, don't. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much. Please subscribe and all that jazz. You know how it goes. Thank you. Bye.